I just saw the funniest shirt and I wanted to show y'all, but I can't find it now. It was like the only thing toned is my face, and it was like an ad for a toner. Hey y'all, what's up? It's Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am showing you a super simple 10-minute makeup look. I know this may come as a shock to some of you because I am a full coverage gal. I love full coverage and I love shimmers and I love glows and I love eyeshadow and I love lashes. But we're not doing that today. Let's be honest, there are very few people in the world that can do a full coverage beat every single day. For me personally, it's either full coverage or barefaced. But the days that I just have to wear something where it's like I rolled out of bed late for church or I rolled out of bed late for an event or a date, you know, I have to put something on my face, and this is the look I go for. It's still bronze, super glowy, super luminous, still sticking true to who I am as a beauty guru. I can't believe I just said that. But this is the look I go for. Like I said, it takes me about 10 minutes to complete. Now, this video, of course, will not be 10 minutes long because I'm walking you through and talking to you about the products. But this does take me about 8 to 10 minutes to complete. This is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an interesting video because this is not what I've ever shown before. But I really hope you enjoy it. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, hit the post notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a brand new video. So without further ado, let's get started. I almost felt like a haunted doll for a minute. I was like, so without further ado, I'm coming for you. So whether you're doing a basic face or a full coverage glam face, I still believe in primer. So I'm going to start off with primer water like usual using one of my favorite ones. This is the NYX Bear With Me Multitasking Spray. This is like halfway gone. I really need to get a new one, but I love this. This is multitasking, so it's prime, set, refresh, and it lasts up to 8 hours. I actually totally forgot I had this too. This is something I would have actually gone in with instead. This I got in an Ipsy bag. It's the Peachy Glow Mist, and I love this stuff. I'm actually going to use just a little bit of this too. Since I'm going for like a natural face, I definitely want more of a glow. So you will see me going in with a lot of glowy products. Okay, moving into actual primers, I'm going to bring out a really old favorite. I don't think I've used this since my very first video. So this is by L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Glow Lock Primer. So this is an illuminating primer. It's lawn wear. It's supposed to give you glowy skin, prep your skin, and it's supposed to be able to smooth. So I'm going to take some of this out. Let's see, I used this in my first video. I've been on YouTube for 6 months, so hopefully this is still good. So I'm going to use a pretty good amount. I would say that this is maybe the size of a dime slash nickel. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this basically all over my face. Mainly focusing on the bottom of my face because that's my problem area, and then moving up with the excess. My skin has been like super sensitive lately. Like as I'm rubbing it, it's turning red, and it never used to do that before. So I've always had sensitive skin, but I feel like it's getting more sensitive. And I have large pores, so I'm going to go in with a pore blurring primer. This is by Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer. Y'all know this is one of my favorite pore blurring primers. I have said that even though this is affordable, a good like Walmart dupe is by Hard Candy, the Sheer Envy Blur Primer. They're basically the same thing. I feel like they feel the same, they look the same. But I'm going to go in with the Catrice one. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this. Like I'm literally going to take like a pea-sized amount. And I'm going to put this where I have large pores. So on the insides of my cheeks, my nose, and my chin. So since we are going for such a natural, basic looking face, I have really dark under eyes. And I want to do something to try to help them since we are going with light coverage makeup. So I have found this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Instant Eye Fix. This is an under eye treatment. So it's supposed to depuff, brighten, smooth, primes, and moisturizes. So that is all good with me. So when you open it up, it has like this metal applicator, which can be messy, but it almost gives the product a cooling sensation. And I think that's what helps with depuffing and stuff. So with this, I just like to put this right under my eyes, and it looks like it is really full coverage. It's not. This is basically a treatment just to help your eyes, and it is really, really cooling. This is sold at Walmart. It is only sold in one shade, but it's not going to come up this shade, if that makes any kind of sense. If you have darker skin, it's not going to look like you have peach eyes. So now that we have that on, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, and we are going to blend that out. So if you look, it is not a full coverage product. It just gave me back some brightness. It helped smooth out my under eyes, not make them so dark. I honestly love this product. Like, look at the difference of that. Look at this, look at that. Ooh. Sometimes I'll even like put this over my nose because that's kind of what I do with my concealer anyway, is I kind of put like this veil of concealer. But the reason I put it on my nose with this is because I feel like it cancels out a lot of the redness. Like, do you just see the difference that that gives your skin? Okay, so next up, we are not going to be using a foundation today. We are actually going to be using a concealer. So like I said, I'm going to be going in with a concealer, and really what we're going to do is I'm just going to put concealer in the places that I want to conceal, that I want to make a little brighter, a little more even. So I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. I believe that's what it's called. This is in the shade L1-2 Fair. Looks like this. I don't think I've used this since my first video either. This used to be one of my go-to concealers. Now y'all of course know it's the Milani Conceal and Perfect, but that's a little too full coverage for what I want to go for today. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and I'm going to put a little bit under my eyes, like that much. Under the eyes, I'm going to put a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the forehead. I'm going to put some on my smile line and on my chin. Then I'm going to look around my face and see if there's any spots like I really want to conceal since I'm breaking out. So really there was just like one right here. There's one up in my hairline. I'm not going to worry about that. And we're going to take our sponge and just blend that in. So what I'm doing is I am blending the product where I placed it, and then any excess product I'm blending out. Okay, so now that that is done, we are going to set our face. I'm going to be using another old favorite. I'm bringing out a lot of old favorites. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair Light. Y'all know I used to use the heck out of this stuff in my videos. I'm so happy I still have some. So I'm going to open this up. Oh, this is a new one. Ooh. Hold on, I actually have one here. Let me see if this is open. Okay, this one's open. Let me use this one first. So I'm going to take my sponge, and I'm going to mainly set under my eyes, and then any excess product I'll move on to my face. So although this is a basic face, I am of course still going to bronze to bring a little color to it. So I want to go with a bronzer that isn't so pigmented. So for that, I use the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. This is technically like a pressed foundation powder, but I use it as a light coverage bronzer. This is in the shade Soft Sand, and on the back it does say buildable coverage blurring pigments. So it is buildable coverage. When you open it up, it is like a nice pretty color. This is a little darker than my skin tone, so that is perfect for what I'm wanting to do. So I'm going to take some of that, and I'm just using this Flower Beauty powder brush, so I'm going to dip into this, and I just like to stamp it on my face, just to bring back a little bit of color. This is the perfect bronzer for this look because it gives you like a nice sun-kissed feeling to where it's not too harsh. It's like really pretty on the skin. So whether it's a basic face or a full glam face, I still do my eyebrows. I have to do it. I just feel like eyebrows frame the face. You can't do a look without them. But I'm about to shock the world. If y'all know me, I only use pomades. I don't like pencils. But for like a more natural basic makeup look, I will just hurry and run a pencil through my brows. So that's what we're using today. I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Retractable Brow Pencil. And we're not going to do any crazy like framing or shaping. I'm just going to use a spoolie and comb up my brows real quick. What I like about this Wet n Wild one is it's like at a slant. I don't know if you can see that. It's like at a nice slant. So it's a little easier to apply. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to run it through my brows real quick just to give them a little shape. This is something I feel like I have to do. I just feel naked without brows. Now don't get me wrong, there are days where I just don't care and I don't put on a face at all, which is like 4 days out of the week when I'm not filming. But the days that I know I have makeup on, those are the days where I'm like, okay, you gotta put something on your brows. So I'll just run that through real quick, nothing really precise, and then I'll comb the excess through. And that's basically it. If I remember correctly, when I first used this brow pencil, I don't think I was the biggest fan. But now that I'm using it again for this purpose, I'm kind of like, okay. So they're not perfect. They are sisters, not twins, but I'm not going to dwell on it because like natural brows aren't perfect either. Another thing I will go in with either way is some brow gel, just because I feel like not only do they put your brows in place, but they also just add a little more structure to them. It makes them look even nicer. See, look at that. Look at that. So on a basic looking day, I can go one of two ways when it comes to lashes. I will be in like an extra mood where either way I will pop on my Salon Perfect 614s. But 9 times out of 10, I don't want to put on makeup in the first place. That's why I do my basic look. So I'll just go for a really good mascara. So sticking to who I am, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to grab the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. Y'all know I have been loving this. And I just do a coat on my top lashes just to give them some color. I have really short lashes, so this isn't like the most amazing thing in the world. But I just do it just to give my lashes some color, just so they're present. Okay, so let's add some color back into this face. So when it comes to blush, if I'm going for like absolutely no makeup, I'll use either a cream blush or like a liquid blush. Like I love the Revlon ones. I've shown them on my channel before. And I love the e.l.f. cream blush pots. But when I have like powder on my face like I do today, I like to go for more of a pink toned or a peachy toned blush. And one that I really like is by Makeup Obsession. This is the Isn't It Peachy palette. This comes with 4 colors. I've used them all except for like this orange and pinkish one. It's a little weird, but I've used all of these. When I'm going for a natural color though, I'll go for the color Daydream, which is the lightest in here. So I'm going to take some of that. Alright, and I just like to stamp. And the reason I'm stamping is because if you heard me earlier, I really only set under my eyes and I moved the excess powder to the other parts of my face. So I like to stamp just so I don't rub like any of that concealer off. You just see the nice flush of color this gives? Ooh, I like this. Y'all know I love blush, so I try not to go too ham with it. If I do, just grab your stippling brush and just do the beginning. There we go. Now comes one of my favorite parts, which is highlighting. Yes, I highlight no matter what, but I do try to tone it down just a little bit. Y'all know I love my glow, but I do try to tone it down a little bit. So we are actually going to be using this I Heart Revolution Bronze and Glow palette. So this has a bronzer and a like a champagne colored highlight. This is what I always use like for my mirror when doing my brows and lashes. So I like this highlight because it does come off really blinding, but you can build it up if you're careful with it. So I like to just dip a little bit into this, not too much, believe it or not. So I'm just gonna take a little and I'm gonna highlight. You see that? Like it's there, it's really pretty, and I feel like it's almost blinding and subtle at the same time. And I am going to take just a little bit down my nose. And of course my little signature move. Alright, we're all done. So the last thing I want to do is set my face. Now I did mention in the beginning that I try to go for really glowy products when doing this look. So I'm going to use something I have been falling in love with. I'll be talking about it in my hits and misses. This is the e.l.f. Glowy Dew Mist. This gives such a beautiful glow, but it doesn't look like there's any glitter or anything in it. It's just beautiful. This has coconut and argan oil in it. It hydrates and boosts glow, which I totally agree with. So I just like to shake it up, give it a couple sprays, and we are just going to set our face. I set my face, but I totally forgot I haven't done my lips yet. So when it comes to my lips, I actually don't wear any lipstick. I'll just wear a lip liner. And I love these Profusion matte lip liners. These are just really gel based. They really glide on nicely. They feel like a lipstick. So I'm going to use this one. It is in the shade Secret. And I'm just going to put this all over my lips. Basically what this is doing is it's just giving my lips a little shape, a little structure, and just a little bit of color, but it's still sticking very true to what my natural lip color is. And that, guys, is it for today's video. That is me showing you my super simple 10-minute makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will be straight up honest. This is a video I never thought I would film because I am either full glam or barefaced, but there are those days where you have to put on something, and this is what I go for. Comment down below and let me know what your thoughts were on today's video. Let me know if you've tried out any of these products or if you're gonna try them out to create your own super simple makeup look. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.